So you found yourself with a dirty Furby on your hands, and you're not exactly sure how you're going to clean it. Hey, it's Dustin from StayAtHomeDustin.com, and that's what we're going to talk about today, is how to wash and clean your Furby if it gets dirty. So, Furbies are kind of notoriously hard to clean because they're not like other toys where you can remove the electronics and wash the interior very easily. You can't really easily disassemble a Furby, so there's some special precautions you need to do. Basically, you're going to be hand washing it if anything sticky gets on it, or you really need to give it a bath. So first, I just want to mention the things that you should never do with your Furby. So you never want to put a Furby in a sink, a washing machine, or a bath. They're not waterproof and you'll ruin the electronics. You also don't want to use hair dryers or any kind of heat to try and dry off your Furby, because the fur is actually made of polyester, which is kind of like a plastic product, and it will actually melt if you get enough heat on it. So that's definitely a no-no. You don't want to use any stain removers, detergent, bleach, or any other harsh chemicals. They might discolor it or just otherwise ruin it. So stick with mild hand or dish soaps if you're going to wash your Furby. And make sure that if you're giving it to a child, make sure they're kind of gentle with it. Despite how boisterous Furbies seem, they're actually pretty fragile. So treat them good and they'll last a long time. So if you're playing with a Furby or your kid's playing with a Furby, inevitably it's going to get a little bit dirty. You can freshen it up. Just use some Lysol wipes. You can use those to clean kind of the less fragile plastic parts of the Furby, like the beak, the ears, the eyes, and the feet. And then you can use a hairbrush on all the other parts of your Furby, and this will get a lot of the loose dust and dirt out of the fur. What about if your Furby is more than just a little bit dirty? So in some cases, your Furby might get more than just a little bit of dust on it. Like say if your kid tries to feed the Furby a piece of birthday cake or something. So in this case, you want to start by wiping all of the visible stains off of your Furby. You can use a damp cloth for this. Just make sure not to press too hard. Wet the cloth with the lukewarm water and wring out all the excess water. And yeah, you don't want your cloth to be dripping wet for the same reasons I mentioned above. There's a lot of delicate electronics inside of your Furby, and you don't want to wreck those. And just give Furby a good scrub with the cloth. When you're done, you can pat it dry with a clean cloth and let it air dry for a few hours. And then you can use a comb to style its fur again to get out any little matting or anything like that, and it's ready to play again. What if your Furby gets super dirty though? In that case, you're going to actually need to take it apart. That's actually quite an in-depth process. So the fur of your Furby is held on at the base. There's actually a zip tie that you're going to have to cut. It's quite a process. Altogether, it's going to probably take an hour to clean the Furby and about 6 hours to let it dry. So I'm not going to talk about that here. I actually have a blog where I've written about this. So if you go to StayAtHomeDustin.com/Furby, you can get more details. If you got a really sticky Furby and you want to actually take it apart, I've got a full guide of how to go about doing that and how to put it back together. So yeah, go to StayAtHomeDustin.com/Furby and check that out. And if this was helpful, don't forget to give me a like, maybe subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks. See you next time.